Okay, so when you're scrolling through social media, right? And suddenly there's this one product. It's just everywhere.
Every influencer, every ad.
Exactly. And the claims are always like so amazing. You see the dramatic photos, the testimonials, and you think, wow, maybe this is it.
Uh-huh. The miracle cure you've been waiting for.
Right. But then, the skeptical part of your brain kicks in and you're like, okay, hold on. Is this actually revolutionary or is it just really, really good marketing?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Well, today that's exactly what we're diving into with a product that's been getting tons of attention online, the CocoBeauty Peel Shot Glow Ampoule Duo.
Mm.
It's this rice ampule thing, and honestly, the buzz around it, the promises they're making about your skin, it's pretty wild. Makes it a perfect candidate for us.
And that's our mission for this deep dive, really. We're going to peel back the layers, pun intended, I guess, of the marketing, look hard at the science claims, and importantly, what real users are saying.
We want to cut through all that noise, the flashy stuff, the big stories, so that you can actually make an informed choice. Is this stuff genuinely great, worth the money? Or is it just aggressively hyped up?
Let's find out.
Let's unpack it.
Okay, let's get into it. So the initial claims, they're really something else. We're talking like shrink your pores so much that, and this is almost a direct quote from some marketing, your ex stops you mid-order at Starbucks just to say how amazing your skin looks.
Right. Talk about tapping into a fantasy narrative. Who wouldn't want that?
Totally. And the marketing itself, our sources kept calling it nuclear. Just relentless.
Yeah.
They hit you with all this fancy-sounding stuff like Pentese technology.
Yes, Pentese technology.
And these huge claims, like 96% of users saw immediate results. It feels designed to just sweep you off your feet.
And that Pentese technology, it's a classic move, isn't it? Sounds super high-tech, very advanced.
But when you actually dig into it,
It's almost always just a proprietary marketing term,
Right.
like a name they made up for maybe a common process or a blend of ingredients that isn't even patented.
So it just sounds exclusive.
Exactly. It gives that impression of cutting-edge science without necessarily, being cutting-edge science. It's about perception.
Gotcha. And it's not just the techie terms. The emotional side is, wow, turned up to 11. Those before and after photos. Our sources pointed out how suspiciously perfect they look.
Oh, always. Perfect lighting, maybe a slightly different angle.
Right, maybe even a filter, who knows?
Yeah.
And the language on the website, it reads like our sources said, an infomercial from the upside down, super dramatic, hitting all those insecurity buttons.
It's this instant need.
Yeah. And that brings us to one claim that really stood out from the sources, combining that pseudoscience with big numbers.
Let me guess. The rice bran water one.
You got it. 640,000 parts per million of rice bran water.
Sounds incredibly potent, right? It does sound huge.
Yeah.
But, when you break it down, it's basically just a complicated way of saying there's a lot of water in it, and that water has rice bran extract infused in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Think about it like saying your tea is 995,000 parts per million water.
Yeah.
It's true, but so what? It doesn't actually tell you about the quality or the concentration of the active part in a meaningful way.
It's jargon designed to impress.
Precisely. It implies superiority without really proving it.
Right.
It's a bit of an aha moment when you realize it's mostly water.
It really does make you wonder what else is smoke and mirrors. And this next part is where our research got really, really weird. Honestly, kind of bizarre.
Okay.
Our sources uncovered this. Well, they called it an identity crisis worse than a teenager at Hot Topic.
Huh. Okay. I'm intrigued.
Seriously. What we found is that the exact same product, identical bottle, same ingredients list, everything is popping up on totally different websites under completely different brand names.
Wow. Okay, so like brand A sells it, brand B sells it, brand C sells it. Same stuff, different label.
Exactly. Just slap a new name on it. It's like it can't decide who it wants to be.
Yeah.
And not just one or two examples. This seems to be a pattern.
And that's more than just rebranding. What's really telling, according to the sources, is that these different brands often have suspiciously similar testimonials too.
Yes. Those stories, like the X at Starbucks one,
Don't tell me.
they reappear. Sometimes word for word, sometimes slightly tweaked, but clearly the same core story across these different brand sites.
Okay, that's not just suspicious. That points to something really coordinated. Like, these aren't genuine customer reviews popping up organically.
It feels like it, right? It suggests they're crafted, strategically placed narratives to create this illusion of widespread, amazing results.
Manufactured social proof.
Totally. And it gets even more specific. Our sources flagged this really concerning pattern within the reviews. Multiple testimonials across different brand sites used these identical, very specific phrases. Like coworkers suddenly asking if they'd had professional treatments done. The sources said it read like they were written by the same marketing team having a creative writing competition.
Oh, wow. That's brazen.
Isn't it? It really makes you question everything you read online. If the praise is that uniform, even across different brands,
Yeah.
how real can it be?
It completely erodes trust. You see that kind of repetition, and you just know it's not organic feedback. It's a strategy, a manufactured illusion of success.
Right. So, okay. We've got the wild claims, the weird identity crisis.
Yeah.
Let's actually talk about what's in the bottle. What are the ingredients? Our sources list niacinamide, rice extracts, and some gentle acids.
Okay. And here's where, meet a bit of balance, because these ingredients, fundamentally, they aren't terrible.
Right.
They're definitely nothing revolutionary, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's complete snake oil either.
Right.
These are known quantities in skincare.
So they actually do things.
Yeah, they do. Let's break it down quickly, because this is likely where any real results are coming from.
Yeah.
Not the magic Pente's technology.
Okay.
So niacinamide, that's vitamin B3. Lots of people know it's great stuff. Helps with redness, pores look smaller, strengthens the skin barrier. It's a real workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Rice extracts, long history, especially in K-beauty. Good for hydration, some mild brightening, antioxidants. Nice, but gentle.
Okay.
And then gentle acids, probably things like AHAs or maybe PHAs. Those exfoliate chemically. They help get rid of dead skin cells, improve texture, clarity. And yeah, over time, consistent use can make pores look better.
So the ingredients themselves are fine, like established skincare stuff.
Pretty much standard, decent ingredients,
Yeah.
which leads us to the plot twist, as our sources called it.
Ah.
Despite all the dodgy marketing and the identity issues,
Yeah.
some users are actually seeing results.
Wait, really? After all that?
Yeah, but it's not a miracle. It's not the Pente's technology. It's just basic skincare chemistry working exactly as expected. These ingredients, used regularly, will have some positive effects on hydration, texture, maybe brightness for some people. It's the niacinamide doing its job, the acids gently exfoliating.
So the product works just not for the magical reasons they claim or in the dramatic way they show in the ads.
Exactly. It's like buying that car they advertised could fly and being relieved it's actually just a decent, reliable car that drives normally. It gets you there, but the hype is way off.
Okay, that makes sense. So it does something. Now let's talk about the cost of that something. The price tag. This duo, the CocoBeauty Peel Shot Glow Ampoule duo, it's $39.99.
Right. $39.99. And this is where we need to ask, what are you really paying for at that price? Because our sources strongly suggest you're essentially paying premium prices for private labeled Korean skincare.
Explain that a bit more. Private label.
Yeah, so basically a big lab in Korea or elsewhere develops and manufactures a formula. Then companies like potentially CocoBeauty buy that formula in bulk. They slap their own brand name, their own packaging, their own marketing story onto it and set their own price, which is often way, way higher than the actual cost of the product itself.
So the innovation isn't necessarily unique to CocoBeauty.
Probably not. The value you're paying for is mostly in the branding, the marketing, the story they create around this fairly standard product.
Wow. Okay. And how does that price compare?
Well, to put it in perspective, our research found that you can get similar rice-based products for half the cost from established K-beauty brands.
Half the cost? Like who?
Think brands like Beauty of Joseon or He-From. They have great reputations. They're transparent about ingredients. People genuinely love their stuff. And they often have rice water toners, essences, serums with similar key ingredients.
For around $20 instead of $40.
Exactly. Because they're not spending a fortune on that kind of super aggressive, potentially misleading marketing push. Their value is more in the product itself.
So our sources are basically saying that nearly $20 markup is purely for the hype, the emotional marketing.
That's what it looks like. It's not for better ingredients, not for some secret innovation. It's paying for the fantasy, the story they're selling you.
And that feels kind of predatory, actually.
It can be, especially when you look at how they sell it. Our sources highlighted the use of urgency tactics.
Oh, like the only 5 left in stock banners.
Exactly, or fail ending tonight stuff. It's designed to create FOMO, fear of missing out, make you feel like you have to buy it now or you'll lose out on this amazing thing.
Yeah, bypass your rational brain.
Precisely. Pressure you into an impulse buy before you have time to compare prices or read more skeptical reviews. It's playing on insecurity and impatience.
Okay, so summing all this up, we've gone through the big claims, the identity crisis, the actual ingredients, the hefty price tag. What's the final verdict from this deep dive?
Look, the verdict is pretty clear. This product, CocoBeauty, it isn't poison. It's not going to ruin your skin necessarily. The ingredients are okay. But it is aggressively overpriced. You're paying a huge premium for marketing spin, for a story wrapped around a fairly standard, private labeled K-beauty type product.
The results people do see are just the basic ingredients working.
Exactly. It's not magic. It's not unique enough to justify that cost. You're paying for the hype, not superior substance.
So what's your recommendation?
Simple, really. If you like the idea of rice-based skincare, if you want those hydrating, brightening, texture-improving benefits, then try established Korean brands like Beauty of Joseon or I'm From. Seriously,
Right.
You'll likely find products with very similar ingredients and real, tangible results for often half the price.
And presumably without the weird marketing tactics?
Usually, yeah. They tend to rely more on product quality and genuine word of mouth.
So our advice to you listening is basically save your money.
Right.
Save it for products that don't need all that fake urgency and those copy-pasted testimonials to convince you they're good.
Yeah. Look for brands built on transparency and real results, not just clever marketing.
Okay. So wrapping this up, this whole deep dive into CocoBeauty really underscores something important, doesn't it? How vital it is to look past the glossy ads, the influencer hype, and actually scrutinize what a product claims, especially online where everything can look amazing.
Absolutely. It's about encouraging that critical thinking, making smarter choices as consumers. Real results, genuine value, they often come from reliable, transparent brands, not always the ones shouting the loudest.
Yeah. Understanding what you're buying and why it works or doesn't is just so much more powerful than falling for a slick story.
For sure.
And it leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? Given what we found here, the identity crisis, the emotional marketing, the psychological nudges, how many other things in our lives, products we use every day, might be playing a similar game?
That's a slightly chilling thought.
Right? And what's the real cost of just blindly trusting those narratives? It's not just the money, is it? It's maybe our time, our trust, maybe even how we feel about ourselves if we buy into fixing insecurities.
Definitely something to chew on.
Something to consider anyway next time you're scrolling and that next miracle product pops up.